I published my seventh ebook a month ago, and I think we should talk about it. Why did I publish it? What is the idea behind it? And I just want to come and talk to you guys about it. Right? The year I discovered I am enough. The year I discovered I am enough is the seventh book I am privileged to publish, and I'm really excited about it. I am very happy about it also. And yeah, in today's video, I want us to talk about it. Yes, yes, yes. So let's dive right into the video. The year I discovered I was enough. So in 2023, I started this thing whereby as I clock a year older, I write a ebook documenting my journey to it. So what happened was some time ago, I had I had this vision. I saw myself clocking 30 and being in the midst of amazing people, and I was publishing a book, you know, and I realized that that image is as beautiful as that image is. I asked myself a question: what can I do today that can contribute to the reality of that day? So I said to myself that what if I write ebooks as I draw closer to 30? What if I write ebooks as I draw closer to 30? So that's the reason why I write I publish ebooks every year as I celebrate my birthday. So on my birthday, I also make sure I publish a ebook. Yeah, so like this year, the first installment of the book supposed to be the book about my NYC journey, but I eventually didn't end up publishing it. But I think I will still publish it. Maybe it will be in my 30th book, but I don't know yet. But the first book I published in that series is The Year I Did a Lot. And that was the year documented my age 26. Like it's document the journey of my age 26. So the one I just published is the one documenting the age 27, which I wrote, which the title is The Year I Discovered That I Was Enough. And the story behind it is quite a mushy story for me, because I can still remember the day the title came to me. I think I will get it and I will attach it to this place. The day the title came to me, I was having a conversation with my flatmates, and we were both talking that Saturday, and as we were having that conversation, and I said to her that one of the things this season of my life has actually taught me is that I am enough. I am enough. And we kept talking and we kept talking about it. And right when I said it to her, it's like it got stamped on my heart, and I said, "Whoa, this is the title of my book. This is the title of my book. This is the title of what 27 means to me." 27 is the year that I discovered that I was enough. I remember starting 27, feeling like feeling like I needed somebody to hold my hand. I could have started 27 with I could have started 27 with a lot of things. For example, I could have started 27 with looking for a job, and getting a remote job. But I kept feeling like I didn't have what it takes to do a remote job, that I needed somebody that will pull me through, that will do this. I kept saying that to myself. Like, I just never believed that I had enough experience. I never believed that I had enough exposure to be able to stand and do stuff. I just, like, literally, it was strong in 20 at age 27. I just kept feeling like I needed somebody to open the door for me. Like, that was I constantly was always feeling that, and that was what also informed my decision, to get a job. So I was looking for a job, and God did it. And that's the beautiful thing about God. I feel like in order for him to drive home a lesson, he will actually do his part to drive home a lesson to make you understand some things. And I started the year searching for a job. Whenever anybody asks me, do you have experience, I tell them no. Meanwhile, I actually had over 3 years experience. I've been writing, just that I never push myself to that place of doing more. I never pushed myself to a place of more. I was just always content with a place of enough. I was always content with the place of enough. I was never gunning for more than enough. I was never gunning for that. I was just content with enough. I was just in that place of enough. I was just in that place. And when the job came, and the job came by the hand of God. I gave a testimony about the job. You can go check it out. I might attach it in the description box. The job came by the hand of the Lord. I started the job. And one of the things that I found out when I started the job was that, of course, that was my first time getting a job in a, you know, structured way, or let me just say structured in quotes. Getting to have somebody that I like I'm a subordinate to someone. And then I was literally getting a lot of back a bad feedback. And anytime I sit down and I just come to this place of, if only I pushed myself, if only I pushed myself before now, I could have been more. I kept saying that if only I pushed myself before now, I could have been more. If only I, like, that kept coming to me, that if only I pushed myself, I could have actually, I actually had potential to be more. If only I pushed myself. I had potential to be more. If only I had pushed myself. And I did that job for 5 months before I resigned. And as I was going to resign, one of the things that was really very important to me was that the job showed me that, the there's nothing like doing there's nothing like doing something that makes you happy. Sincerely, there's nothing like that. Doing something that makes you happy, doing something that gives you joy, doing something that gives you that ability to be who you are in your full, to bloom in your fullness. There's nothing like that. And I realized that I had the potential to do that, but I was always drawing myself back because I kept wanting validation from someone. I kept wanting validation from someone. And that was one thing that I really, really found out about myself, that um, the true validation comes from you. And as a result, that statement is very, very right. I also discovered that it can be right and it can be wrong, because true validation does not actually come from you, it actually comes from God. Validation has to be rooted in something for it to be valid. Yeah, that was one of the things that I also found out. So I started asking myself, okay, who exactly is my validation on? Who exactly is my validation? Where exactly is my validation rooted? And that was when I started discovering that, oh, my validation were actually rooted in my perception of myself, in the perception of myself. So I started doing that deep dive. Started doing that deep dive within myself, and I found out that, oh, okay, the only the best root of foundation of validation is God. I started coming to that, and I started getting to understand that. That was when I started, it felt like starting my relationship with God all over again, getting to understand that I am a child of God, and that is all I need, and that is all I need for the journey ahead. So I started discovering that about myself. I said, okay, so how can I push myself? I know that I have this potential in myself. I know that I have this, I have that, I have this. How can I push myself? So that was one of the things. I'm still on that journey. And I'm grateful for the Coms Avenue, which is a community that I joined recently, that introduced me to someone, Mr. Bright Okere. And one of the things Mr. Bright Okere helped me to understand is that, when I told him, I said, "Oh, sir, that I think I have imposter syndrome." He said, "No, you actually don't have imposter syndrome. What I think you have is inferiority complex, because you are more, but you keep seeing yourself as little, and because of the way you are seeing yourself is limiting you from actually being more. So when I discovered that, I said, oh wow. So imposter syndrome is when you are big, but you keep seeing yourself as fraud. But inferiority complex is you are big, right? But you are just not convinced in yourself that you can be that person. Like you are big. There's a possibility of you being big, but you are just not giving yourself to that possibility. And I kept seeing that, and I said, oh, okay, you have to work at this. You have to do that mindset job. So, I remember one of the few things that I started doing is I started intentionally, I started picking up books. Started picking up books, started picking up books, started picking up books. I started asking myself, what exactly am I afraid of? I started doing that for myself. Um, I'm not going to talk yet about my resignation and my job and all this stuff. No, I'm not going to talk about it yet because I'm not ready to talk about it. But I'm going to just say that that journey has really helped me understand that the world is actually a very, very, I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to say it's a dark place, because we are the light of the world and we have been called to actually bring light into the world. But of course, it's also very, very important to understand that the world is out there waiting for you, but you have to make sure that the quality of the person going into there can actually stand enough can stand our ground enough to bring the light, to let the light actually, you know, take root. So for me, that was actually the idea behind the year I discovered I was enough. I discovered that I was actually enough. Like I'm actually enough. I'm enough. You know, I've been doing all these things, of course, in small scale. What will it take for me to push myself and do it in big scale, right? And discovering that, I said, okay, I'm going to spend 28 pushing myself. I'm going to spend 28 going for it. I'm going to spend 28 building. I'm going to spend 28 actually showing I am enough. So that for me was what made me write and publish the year I discovered I was enough. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what I don't know what is going to be by the time I'm done with 28. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because this year is the year 28 is a redefining year for me, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how I'm going to live it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm seriously embracing the journey. I'm embracing it, and I'm just looking forward to the story that I will get to tell when the time comes about it. So, guys, I hope I did not go emotional on you guys. So, that is it. The year I discovered I was enough. That is the story behind it. And yeah, so like come your way next time. So, please, I'm going to drop the link. Make sure you get a copy. It's a token of 2,000 naira. Make sure you get make sure you get the book, read it, share with me what you think about it, and I want to hear from you. I even feel like doing like I feel like doing like a whole series on it. Just asking people how did they discover they were enough. Just asking that, just having a conversation around it, and just asking people. That just came to me now. Should I do it? Should I do it? Guys, tell me, should I do it? Do you think I should do it? If you guys tell me to do it, I will do it. So drop in the comment section. Do it, do it, do it. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come away next time. Bye bye.